Hey, I'm Miles, CEO and founder of Fano Labs. Today, I'm going to share about the landscape of AI and the development of AI in history and how we've been helping with our organizations to bring value to them. When it comes to language AI, back in the days, there was actually two streams of people working on it. One is called the speech guys, and the other guys are the NLP guys, the natural language processing guys. There are two different streams, and these guys don't even talk back in the days. And the speech guys are worried about the verbal part of a language. So these are parts we do come in to do is, let's say you start talking, then we need to understand, when are you talking? When is a silence? We need to identify, is it a voice activity or is it not a voice activity? And then we need to say, okay, so now there's a voice activity, someone is speaking. Is that a different guy? Is it someone else speaking, or is it the same person speaking? Or are people talking at the same time? The second part of language AI is natural language processing. Now we got a text. Now let's try to understand, make sense out of it. So NLP is really about try to make sense out of the text. There are many tasks associated with NLP. There's so many things can be done. Summarization is one of them. You get a long paragraph. Can we reduce that from like 1,000 word to 100 word? So every time you go to the bank, private bank, retail bank, you want to buy something, you're calling a customer service, you want to ask for something, it will be recorded. Because if they're selling, there's a rule that says that they have to make sure they're selling things that you're okay to buy. And to make sure there's taxation responsibility are properly handled, the necessary anti-money laundering rules are properly applied, and also to make sure that whoever's selling the product, they're not mis-selling it. There's no misconduct. They're not giving you information they're not supposed to give it to you, like for instance, inside trades. So that's why when the banks, they will record every one of them. And then behind the scene, banks will have a team of people they call risk control, and they will listen to these recordings. And they do samples, like 3 to 4% sample. And this controllers will sample to make sure you guys are doing whatever our banks are required to do and whatever we coach you to do. But that doesn't scale. So if you got a human to listen to an audio, you can only listen to 1 hour of audio by spending 1 hour. Every time they find something, there's a time delay, huge delay. Because whatever transaction happened yesterday, your banker, your control team gonna come and listen probably a few weeks later. If you find something that's off, it's too late. The order might already be executed. The market already moves. Fano is actually an AI company. We process human languages. Our model can process hundreds of hours of audios. So there's a huge speed up in there. We analyze audios in large scale to come up with different kind of business insights. And then our primary market on the financial space and public safety and also customer service. So we had our work on mixed coding, speech recognition, and mixed coding and text processing. It was something that the research community did not pick up very well. Because in the research community, there's still people talking about, hey, this grammar, if this guy mixed Chinese with English, it's wrong. Or that was the idea, it was wrong. As in, people shouldn't say it that way. But then in Hong Kong, it's too small. It's like in Hong Kong, you have 3 official languages. It's very common to see people speak in a mixture of Mandarin, Cantonese, and English, all mixed up, and they can switch in the middle depending on who else is joining on, depending on what they like, right? We felt like that research is something that people they consider not mainstream. But we feel like, but this is really how we talk. This is how my friends talk to me. Maybe there's some commercial value out of it. How we managed to come in, to today, and managed to build such a multilingual mixed language processing so accurate is the first pillar was after a lot of accumulation from academic days, looking at this stuff from science point of view, how to lay out the foundations. And the other thing is also at that time we realized is neural networks. That was back in 7-8 years ago. Neural networks turned out to behave extremely well for these mixed language scenarios. Our training data comes from, this is how people say all mixed up. This is what he said if you write it down. Let's just get a machine to learn and see how it goes. And then we also tell the machines, forget about grammars, forget about anything. Just this is the input, this is output, just try to figure it out. And that turned out to be working marvels. It was working extremely well. We're actually working with quite a few authorities to work on different cases about how we can use AI to help them prevent fraud, to prevent scams, to identify people using deep fakes to attack citizens, try to take people's life savings away. Our models will be able to understand more and more things, and it will be able to comprehend not only just what you said, but also more hidden meanings. What about sarcasm? What about like some sort of you throw in lots of jargons? You say A, but you mean B, lots of those kind of stuff. But that's only one part, by the way. The other part is what we see the research community and industry is also moving towards is to play more defensive. Because AI becomes so advanced on human, understanding humans and do all the pretend to be a human. How can we tell whether if somebody sends you a message, how can we tell that's a human or is that a machine? Actually, in our science field, we always say it's whatever technology you build today will be outdated tomorrow. But your brain and your heart to constantly seek improvement, it's the real thing that will never get outdated. I hope you found the sharing entertaining and educational. I hope one day we'll be able to find opportunities to work together and bring you some value using technology from Fano Labs. Thanks for watching.